Calling All Authors, the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, hosted by Robert A. Lane, is on the air, featuring everything you need to know about narrating your own audiobook. But it doesn't stop there. From special guests, including authors and professionals from the book industry, to sharing tools and techniques needed to be a confident and compelling narrator. The journey starts now. So please welcome your host, Robert A. Lane.
Glad you're joining me here for today's podcast. I am Robert A. Lane. I am an audiobook coach and producer, by the way. The show is geared towards authors, whether you're a fiction author or a nonfiction author. I'm a big advocate of having you turn your book into an audiobook because that's such a great business decision for you to make that will move your business forward because you are a business, you are an entrepreneur. Right? Embrace entrepreneurship. It's a great thing. And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to have a business. Even if you still have your day job and you wrote your book during nights and weekends, that's still great. You're still a professional. Embrace professionalism. You're not a hobbyist. You published your book. That's a great accomplishment. And in today's podcast, we're going to talk about the next crucial step that you need to do when you are creating your audiobook. Now, if you've decided that you're like, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn my book into an audiobook. Number one, great decision. Good for you. I support you 100%. Oh, and as an audiobook coach and producer, I am a big advocate that all nonfiction authors need to narrate their own audiobook in your own voice because it's your story. It's your experience. A lot of the books that I've worked on are personal, are memoirs, even coaches that I've worked with, and entrepreneurs and educators and teachers and children's book writers, you name it. It's very personal to them. So that's why it's crucial for you to narrate your own audiobook because it's your story. Even fiction authors, you can narrate your own audiobook because depending on how it's written, even if there's a storyline with a variety of characters, which I'm working on a book right now. We're almost done with this book. Excited to have that out there for you to listen to. It's a book called Ghost Flower. Great story. It is a fiction story. But the author, or I should say the author's wife, because the author did pass away and she's doing this, turning her husband's book into audiobooks. There's a few books that she's going to do this for. And I think that's just a really great thing that she's doing to preserve the legacy of her husband's book. That's cool. That's really great. And I have a lot of respect for her for doing that. But anyway, the point is you can still tell your story as a fiction author. You can. Absolutely. And again, people are going to enjoy the story because you are providing great content. And that's what draws them in, is the content. Now, what is the step, right? What is that crucial step that you need to make in the audiobook world when you're creating your audiobook? What is the next crucial step? So we go through the steps here. Let's backtrack just a little. You've made the decision to turn your book into an audiobook. Great. All right. You are going to set up your own recording space, and I highly recommend that you do that. Now, you can go to a studio, which is fine. However, remember, you're working off of their timeline as opposed to yours. So there are times, and I've seen this happen with some authors, that I went to a professional studio and then I went in to record and I want to knock out, I booked let's say 4 hours a time and I had X amount of chapters I wanted to narrate. And it was just an off day. I was making a lot of mistakes. My voice wasn't sounding good. I started to get fatigued and all that. The next thing I know, my 4 hours are up and I barely got all the chapters done that I had set out to do. Maybe let's say you wanted to do, a chapter for each hour and I only got 2 chapters done instead of 4. And then the engineer's like, okay, kid, you're out of here. I got another client coming in, right? You don't want that to happen. And that is an extra stress and pressure that's put on your shoulders when you're recording your audiobook. So it's great that you can set up your own recording space. So let's say you do. You set up your own recording space, which means that you've purchased good, high-quality equipment because you cannot cut corners. All right, cutting corners is, not cutting. You cannot do it. That's a non-negotiable. because when you're recording your audiobook, you want to have the best quality sound. And I know there's people out there who say, oh, you can do it this way and that way and get these cheap mics and whatever, and you'll still sound great. And it may be acceptable, but it isn't going to be great. It's still going to be mediocre. All right. Don't get suckered into people telling you can cut corners, because you don't cut corners on your business. This is what represents who you are. You are an author. You have a brand that you are putting out there as an author. Your products have to be top notch. Your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and your audiobook, they have to be top notch. You don't cut corners on your products, okay? When you go buying something, right, you go buy a car or you buy another product, you expect it to be brand new and with no issues, and it's high quality. You have expectations. So it's the same thing with your readers and your listeners of your audiobook. They have expectations. They expect you to present them with a high quality product. Whether you sell your audiobook for 99 cents or $9 or $19, it doesn't matter. The product has to be there and it has to be high quality. So don't cut corners, all right? Don't cut corners. All right, so you set up your own recording space. Now you're ready to narrate, and you start your narration, and you're doing your thing, and you spend, the hours that it takes to record your audiobook, and that's great. Now, this is something that I wanted to bring up in regards to the next crucial step, because I've seen this happen quite a bit. And again, being in the book world as an audiobook coach and producer, I have an audiobook coaching program, by the way, which is called Your Book, Your Voice. There's descriptions about it, links in the description. Descriptions in the description, right? If you're on LinkedIn or YouTube or any of the other podcast platforms, check out those links and find out more about the program that I teach. But the point is, the next step, and this is what I see happen with a lot of authors, is that they're like, okay, I'm ready to upload, and they go and they upload their audiobook into Audible and Amazon and Apple and any other distribution platform that they're able to get their audiobook on. And what happens? It gets rejected. It gets rejected. And I've seen this. I've seen where authors have gone, where they've recorded in a professional studio, and then they still get rejected because their audio did not meet the exact specifications. So how do you fix that? What is the next crucial step? The next crucial step is you have to do audio post-production editing. You cannot ignore that. I've heard authors say, why do I need to do that? I recorded it. I didn't make any mistakes. It sounds good, Again, two main points that I really want to hit home for you today. And that is, number one, there are things that a good professional audio editor can do to clean up your audio even more than what you think it is. There are things that a professional can do to remove mouth noises in the middle of words. If there's something that is loud and sounds distracting, an editor, a good editor, can remove those sounds so it isn't distracting to the listener. The other thing that a good editor will do is listen to your audiobook in real time. They need to spend the time. A good editor will spend the time to listen to your audiobook in real time and really focus on cleaning it up and making sure not only that it sounds good with removing, weird sounds and anomalies that shouldn't be there, but a good editor will listen for mispronunciations. Maybe you rushed a word and it sounded kind of slurred and was a little hard to understand. It could be just one word. Or maybe you said a word that wasn't what you had written in your book, and maybe that one word changes the meaning of that sentence. That's something that you'd want to go back and fix. Or maybe the pacing, right? Maybe the pacing, you rushed from one sentence to another or from one paragraph to another, and it just sounds a little rushed. Or maybe you took too much time. Maybe it's like really dragging slow. A great editor will be able to go through it and fix it and make it sound great and have it flow and that it's enjoyable. Because remember, the end result is what you need to be focused on. What is the experience for the listener. That's the end result. They're going to listen to your audiobook and they're going to go, wow, that was a great, great book. That kept me on the edge of my seat from opening credits to closing credits. And an editor will help you achieve audiobook greatness. There's a lot of people out there, editors or wannabe editors, claim to be editors. There's companies out there who say, we just run your audio files through a program and it'll clean it up and it'll be great. That's not good enough. And just like what I mentioned earlier in this podcast about cutting corners and something you do not do, you absolutely cannot cut corners when it comes to editing. You can't cut corners. That's a huge mistake. You need somebody to listen to it. You can run it through a program and clean it up. But again, some of these other aspects like the slurred words and mispronunciations and maybe there's some volume differences that need to be fixed or, pacing issues that need to be fixed. They're going to miss that. What if, again, you do say a word that wasn't a word that you should have said in your narration, but the editor caught it? If it's running through some program that's not even looking at that, it's, this is AI-generated program, it'll clean it up. It's going to miss it. It's going to miss these things, these subtle things that are crucial and that are important. That's why this is the next crucial step. Editing is the next crucial step. It's more than just cleaning it up. You need somebody to really listen to it. Okay. The second aspect is, and this is again very important, this is why audiobooks get rejected, is that your audio files are not meeting the exact specifications for publication. That's what happened to an author that I worked with who, one of his earlier books, before I helped him with one of his other books, he went to a studio, recorded, did everything, uploaded, and bam, rejection. He was rejected from Audible, Amazon, and Apple because his audio files did not meet the exact specifications for publication. And a great editor will know what those specs are and will make sure that your audio files meet those expectations. You got to meet those specs, okay? Or else you're going to get rejected. It's that simple. So again, the crucial step of editing is making sure that your audio sounds great. So yeah, I'm a big supporter, of course, of making sure that you have somebody that can help you do that. Now, in my audiobook coaching program, I have a VIP program where I do all that for you. I do all the editing for you. I even upload your files for publication into Audible, Amazon, Apple, and any other distribution platform that you want to be on. And I want to do the uploading for you to eliminate any of that stress and overwhelm, worrying about, if my audio files don't get accepted, what am I going to do? But that's my job. That's my responsibility. And this is what I provide my author clients who go through my program, is that I do the uploading for them, because if there's any type of rejection, I'll know what it is. I know what I need to do to fix it. I go back, re-output a new file, boom, done, perfect. We want to make sure that your audio is great and that your audiobook is uploaded and accepted and published correctly the first time. That's the goal, and that's what I provide my clients. Now, I know there's some authors out there, and I've met quite a few actually, who really love to get into the whole editing thing themselves, and that's cool. As an editor myself, I mean, my background, by the way, I've worked 30 plus years in the entertainment industry before I started my Robert Lane coaching, and it was great that I started off in audio, and now I've taken all these years of experience to be able to apply it to what I do as an editor for audiobooks, which is it's a fun thing. I enjoy it. But there are authors out there who like getting in there and digging in and doing their thing, and that's really cool. That's cool. I do have a DIY version of the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program. Again, links are in the description if you want to check that out. Where I do give you the tools that you need to do the editing yourself to make sure that you are doing it properly, and that teaching you what you need to do to make sure your audio files meet those exact specifications for publication, because that's crucial. That is so crucial. And you can do it yourself. And some authors like to do that, and that's great. And that's why I created a program that's DIY, so you can work at your own pace to do it. But I have to say, the bulk of the people that I work with are VIPs, right? It's authors who like, look, you handle it. And I'm like, yes, I will do it. Because honestly, I want you to focus on doing a great narration. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's you telling your story. Whether it's a fiction book or a nonfiction book or a memoir or whatever it is, it's your story. And the goal is for you to do a fantastic narration. Just focusing on doing a great narration. You can hire an editor. You can go through a program like what I teach and have me do all the heavy lifting for you. Yeah, that's what I would do. It's worth every penny as far as I'm concerned. That's what I would do if I wasn't an editor myself. Because, of course, when I did my book, I published a book a couple of years ago. A few years ago. Are we coming up to 3 years already? Jeez. But, of course, I did the audiobook version of that. And as an editor, of course, I did the editing myself. But, again, that's really, really crucial. Now, as an editor, if you are editing your own book, there's things that you need to, be aware of. Like if you want to remove mouth noises, there are techniques that you can utilize with some programs editing programs that are consumer editing programs that will allow you to do some basic editing. The one piece of advice that I want to give to you when you are recording your audiobook, especially if you are in your own home recording studio, is really make sure that the space that you're setting up your recording studio is quiet, is not too echoey and bright. Like you don't want to be in a big room with wood floors and nothing on the walls, nothing to absorb sound where it's very echoey. It sounds like you're in a big cathedral, or are you recording your audiobook in a bathroom? That doesn't sound so good. So make sure you are setting your recording space in a nice quiet space that sounds great, that really, now you're not going to remove all the echo and reverb, which is okay because that kind of gives it a little bit of life. But again, you can eliminate a lot of that issue of too much reverb and echo if you set up in a good space. So again, when you start recording, right from the beginning, set things up and start with the best quality of audio that you can record right at the get-go. Because if you are going to edit yourself, a lot of the consumer products that are out there, they can't really remove all that excessive echo in your dialogue, in your narration, without affecting the narration itself, because you don't want to affect that. And again, most consumer products don't have the tools to be able to do that. Now, a professional editor does. Like when I edit, I got a whole professional system back here that I use, and I am able to do removal of excessive reverb and echo and all without affecting the actual narration and changing the quality of the actual narration, which is another good reason why you would hire an editor. But you can still do it yourself. But the trick is to get great audio first, right? You want to have the best of the best. When I was working in the entertainment industry, I did a short film. I did produce and create a short film. Actually, it's an award-winning film, which is cool. It's a movie called Idol, psychological thriller. And but the thing is, and I knew that I was going to be the guy that was going to do all the post-production audio work on it because I'm an audio guy. So I made sure that when we shot the film, that we got the best production audio possible, because the whole thing, we can fix it in editing, or in the music business, we can fix it in the mix. No, don't. Get the best quality audio that you can right up front, because it'll save you so much hassle, especially again for audiobook editing. It'll just save you a lot of hassle when it comes to actually editing your audiobook. So, again, set up in a good space. All right. And again, the crucial step really is this: editing is crucial. It has to be done. All right. Don't skip that step, because it's going to bite you in the butt. I'm telling you. And you don't want that to happen. All right. You don't want that to happen. And again, the other part of it is that not only are you cleaning it up and making sure it sounds good, but really making sure that audio meets those exact specifications for publication. That is important. That is crucial. You got to meet the exact specs so you don't get rejected. All right. If you are considering turning your book into an audiobook, I would love to work with you and help you out. If you want to find out more information, by the way, of the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program that I teach, you can go to robertlanecoaching.com. There's a lot of information on there. Book a call. Book a call. Let's you and I talk. We do a quick Zoom meeting. I want to make sure that you resonate with me and I resonate with you, and I'll give you more details about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program. The VIP program is a 12-week program that I work with you one-on-one, and you and I work together. I don't send you off to some, intern or something. No, you and I work together one-on-one. And I will take you through the entire process of what it takes to create an awesome audiobook. And there you go. Get you published. Audible, Amazon, Apple, and any other distribution platform that you want to be on. All right? That's what it's all about. I'd love to work with you. So you can book a call. I'd love to be able to talk with you. Again, there's links in the description. For those of you who are enjoying the live podcast that we do live every Wednesday, thank you for tuning in, by the way. I do appreciate that. And for those of you listening to the replay on your favorite podcast platform, a lot of it is audio only. Again, there are links in the description for you to check out. All right. All right, my friends, I think we're going to wrap it up here for the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. Again, a reminder, I do a coffee chat on YouTube, on the Robert Lane Coaching YouTube channel, and also do it on LinkedIn Live every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can always join me for coffee chat, and I do it live. And of course, it is archived. All the podcasts and the coffee chats are archived on the Robert Lane Coaching YouTube channel. So, make sure you subscribe, all right? I don't want you to miss out, all right? And of course, my last assignment to you, as always, is when you are out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, give them a compliment. That small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. So be a life changer. Be a life changer, all right? We need more positivity in this world because you never know what people are going through. Maybe it's someone's just having a bad day, or like a lot of people are who don't admit it because we hide behind that mask, that there's things happening deep down inside that we hide, but there's a lot of people that are hurting. So just smile, say hello, give them a compliment. It's simple, it's easy, it barely takes any time, but you can really make somebody's day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for tuning in to the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. I am Robert A. Lane. I am an audiobook coach and producer. Go to robertlanecoaching.com. Find out more about my audiobook coaching business. Would love to help you out and turn your book into an audiobook, whether you're a nonfiction author or a fiction author. Remember, it's your story. It's your story. You need to tell your story in your own voice. With that, my friends, you have a great day and a great week. We'll be talking to you on the next edition of the Your Book, Your Voice podcast.
This has been Your Book, Your Voice with host Robert A. Lane. Tune in each week for another powerful and informative episode. And remember, only you can narrate your story the way it's meant to be heard.